I want to tell you about one of my all-time favorite patients, Mason. When he came to us, he had just got the autism diagnosis and he was struggling in a lot of areas, from digestive to immune to just really in school. He was struggling to learn. He was struggling to keep up. He only had one-word sentences, was having aggressive outbursts in the classroom, some defiance, and his parents knew that Mason had so much potential. They just didn't know how to help him reach it. The school system wasn't really supporting him well. His therapies weren't supporting him super well. One really awful speech therapist told them that, I'm not even gonna repeat it, said something very unnice to them about Mason. And he was just in constant struggle. Just things were always going wrong. He was never thriving. And so his parents ended up at our office, just like so many parents, as a last resort. We've tried everything, nothing else has helped. Why not just try this? And when Mason came into us, he had really bad function in his vagus nerve. His vagus nerve was really inhibited. His sympathetic, the opposite side of the nervous system, was in huge overdrive. I tell parents all the time, it's like having a Ferrari gas pedal and bicycle brakes. You're gonna lose that battle every time. His vagus nerve, his parasympathetic nervous system was so underdeveloped, was so poorly connected that he wasn't able to overwhelm that sympathetic nervous system and slow it down. So when we're stuck in sympathetic, we're in that survival, run, 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 go, 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 survive side of our system. So when we're on that side, we're not worried about resting, we're not worried about our reactions, we're not worried about digesting, we're not worried about immune system, we're worried about surviving. You're impulsive, you're aggressive, you're reactive, you're not thinking things through, you're not hitting the normal developmental milestones. This was Mason. Just everything was a struggle for him. And what was so amazing about Mason's story is just a couple short, I want to say maybe 6 weeks into his care plan, his mom came in and she said, I have to tell you something. I said, oh boy, is this either really good or really bad? And she said, we were sitting down eating dinner last night and Mason got up and wandered over to the fridge, opened up the fridge and started rummaging through. And we said, Mason, what are you doing? He turns around and looks at his family and says, I'm looking for the ketchup. This kid who'd only spoken one-word sentences his entire life just popped out a full sentence. In order, everything was there. It was exactly what he was doing. It was the perfect use of everything in that sentence. And his parents said they just sat there with their mouths open for several minutes, unsure of what to do because they've never heard their child say more than one word at a time. And this was just a turning point for Mason. Everything really started taking off from there. He started talking in full sentences all of the time. He stopped having the aggressive outbursts in school, started learning, started catching up. He actually started growing like crazy. He grew, I don't even know how many inches in that first year of care. He just shot right up. Everything started coming around for Mason. He started calming. He started getting more comfortable in his environment, external environment and internal environment. So he was more comfortable in his skin. When you look at younger pictures of Mason, he's always kind of got like the hand flap and the nervous and he looks really uncomfortable. And as you watch him grow, he looks just so much more comfortable in his own skin. He's got the smile, his hands are down, he's making eye contact. All these amazing things that his family just wasn't sure if he was going to hit all of these things. He's in actually a honors classroom this school year, doing amazing. If you ask his teachers back then, they would say it was really tough to have Mason in the classroom. They'd send him home multiple days a week. Now the teacher says he's a leader, he's doing great. She wishes she had more kids like him. Just such an amazing kid. And yeah, he's still got that autism diagnosis and there's always gonna, be some special considerations, but you would never know. If you met Mason on the street, you would never know. Back then, yeah. Now, you'd have no idea. And this change is possible for so many children. When you can unlock that nervous system, get that vagus nerve turned back on, you would be shocked at the things that can happen for these kids and all of the amazing changes that are waiting for them. If this is your kiddo and you want to know where their nervous system is, what their vagus nerve function is like, reach out to our office about our neurological scans. We test to see where your child is so we know what type of help they need and we know exactly how to help them get there. We are waiting for you with hope, help, and answers.